Good morning. I'm going to show you my outfit really fast, and then I'm going to go ahead and meet up with my mom. So, real quick. I have these ears I got from Happily Ever After, so I tore them today, and then I have some like really glittery makeup on. And I have this bat necklace I got from my friend Marlene that I showed before, and then I have this pumpkin. Let me switch hands. Ooh. I have this pumpkin shirt from Hell Bunny that my boyfriend got me, and then this skirt that has like these suspenders on them I got from Disturbia. It's a linen skirt, so it should be like nice and light to wear in the park. And for shoes, I just have the ones from Strange Cult again, because I feel like I needed some more orange with the ears I have on. So that is the full look. We are on our way to Epcot. We get to ride the gondolas again. Oh, look, the door open. Right now we're on Mama Odie, and before we got Clarabelle, and then whatever the guy's name, I don't know his name. And we got a looming P behind us. Look at P, Doris. Look at how he's looming. Here we go! Off to Neverland! Gotta say, Skyliners are where it's at.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort. If you're just joining us, we are on our way to Epcot. It's your final destination. Please prepare to disembark. If you are traveling to Epcot today, please remain seated.
In case I didn't mention last time, it seems like the only two parks you can take the gondolas to are Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So if you were confused about that, it's Epcot and Hollywood Studios. See you in Epcot.
1969.
Your entry is right by the France Pavilion in Epcot. I don't really know what our first order of business is. We just ate breakfast, and now that we're in the World Showcase, mainly you want to eat here and look at the shops, so I guess we're going to try and figure out what we want to do now that we found out that you get dropped off in the France Pavilion when you ride the Skyliner. So maybe we'll walk over and ride some rides and then come back, but we're trying to minimize walking for Jory's poor blistered feet. So we're going to go try and figure out what we're going to do, and then I'll kind of check back in with you guys throughout the day. Don't really know what I'm going to film here, but if there's anything interesting, I'll make sure to show you guys. We stopped in the England Pavilion so I could put on sunscreen, and it's also my favorite area in World Showcase. And we saw Alice in Wonderland, and she's watering the flowers. It's so cute. Okay, so a little update. We're in Norway right now, and I didn't know this, but if you go inside the Norway Viking church, you'll actually see a really cool museum of the 4 different gods: Thor, Loki, Freya, and Odin. And they have little tributes to each of them, as well as relics from that time period loaned by Norway and Sweden to Epcot, so that way people like us can come and see it, which is really, really cool. So if you have a chance, if you visit Norway, come inside the church and take a look at this stuff, because it's really, really amazing.
Balder was the apple of his mother's eye. In fact, Frigg adored Balder so much that she made a pact with all things, so that nothing could ever cause him harm. Because of this pact, the other gods made a game out of throwing objects at Balder. No matter what the gods threw, nothing could hurt him. Not stone, spear nor the sharpest of swords. One day, Loki handed a slender stalk of mistletoe to his brother Hod and invited him to join in the fun. Hod gave the stalk a mighty toss, and to all of the gods' horror, the mistletoe struck a fatal blow. Hod proclaimed his innocence. Loki insisted Baldur's death was a tragic accident, but some believe Loki knew Frigg had forgotten to make a pact with the young mistletoe, for she thought it could cause no harm.
Well, that is the end of day 5 and our last day here at Disney. Very, very sad, but it has been a really good time. Today we went to Epcot and I didn't get too much footage, but hopefully you enjoyed the footage I did get. So now let's go over what I ended up getting. Apologies if I look very tired. I am very tired. I'm in my pajamas. I brought my skeleton ones that I got from Target. And I'm ready to go to bed soon, so I'm just gonna really quickly show you what I got myself. Today was mainly a friends and family gift buying day, but I did buy a couple things for myself, nothing too exciting, so I'll go ahead and show you those. Also, sad for me, I did not find any places to pin trade at Epcot. Albeit, I wasn't really trying very hard to find them, but normally you can at least come across one by accident if you walk by, look in a shop. Normally, at least from my experience this whole entire trip, even at Hollywood Studios, eventually you'll walk past someone who has a pin trading board. Didn't happen at Epcot, but that's okay. Guess I'll have some pins to trade in the future if I decide to not use them for friends or something like that. I will say, since we're on the pin trading topic, that the easiest park to find pin trading boards was actually Animal Kingdom. They had a lot of them all around. They're really easy to find. They weren't hidden in shops. They were just stationed all around at where they would normally be. Maybe a vending booth is where they would be at. So it was really easy to find them in Animal Kingdom. Definitely that one was the easiest. The second easiest I noticed was Magic Kingdom. Those were pretty easy. You would normally encounter them eventually in a shop, so like Memento Mori had it. Inside the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop there was one. Inside of the Frontier pin trading post, I believe, they had one. Then I would say Hollywood Studios and Epcot were a tie. I don't remember finding any at Hollywood Studios either, so I don't know where they're hiding them or if there's maybe just one shop that has a place to pin trade, but thought I'd throw that out there if you're also trying to figure out how people are doing the pin trading thing. So now I'll just show you guys real quick what I got. Not a whole lot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Tomorrow is the day we check out from the hotel, so I'll try and do a little bit of clips of the hotel since I haven't actually walked around and showed you guys what the Pop Century Hotel looks like other than in our room. So I'll show you what the outside looks like. It's pretty fun and exciting, so I'll show you all that. And then we're heading off at 4 p.m. is when our flight takes off. Let's get to what I got. So our first stop will be in England. Whenever I go to England, I have to stop at the Twinings store there because I love me some Twinings tea. So this time I got myself 3 different teas. The first one is their peppermint cheer, which is a smooth, creamy taste of vanilla flavored peppermint tea. And this one's the caffeine free kind, so I feel like this would just be good for times when you want to go to bed but you're kind of chilly and you want something to warm you up. I feel like this would be a good tea for that. They also had their other 2 Christmas teas, but I could find them at World Market, so I decided to not buy those. One of them is the Christmas tea, and if you've never had the Christmas tea, it's so good. If you want something that's kind of warm and spicy, but it's also black tea, that one is great. It feels like a hug in a mug. Love that one for a good cold, crisp day. And the other one I got is their more fancy tea. It's the Twinings of London Strand Earl Grey, and they're like in these sachet bags. This is what this one looks like. I really like the packaging on it. It's very cool, looks very sophisticated. So I'm hoping that this one has a more bold flavor, because if you haven't noticed, or if you didn't know, they make the tea that they make for Americans less strong than the ones in England. So when I went to England and bought some of their tea, I was like, hey, we're getting gypped here on our strength of our tea. So I decided to buy this one. Hopefully this one's a little bit stronger. And then speaking of that, I also bought this strong English tea, and it looks exactly like the packaging that I got when I went to London 2 years ago at the Twinings store. So I'm very excited for this one because this gives me all the feels with the packaging, and so I'm pretty sure this will taste exactly like the English breakfast tea I got from the actual Twinings store in London. So very excited. Give me all the feels. I'm so excited to drink this. But then before I ramble on too long, let's go to the last item I have to show you guys, which is from the Japan section, and it's just one of their hidden keychain things. So this one is themed as cats, but the cats are in different pastries. So we got cupcakes and donuts, some macaroons, and little tea, cats and teacups. I just thought this was too cute not to pass up, and I really wouldn't mind getting any of them. I guess if I were to choose, I would like to get the cats and the teacups over anything else, but I'm not gonna be picky. I would like to have any of them. So let's open up this one and see what figure I end up getting. Oh my gosh, lucky day! I got a kitty and a teacup, and even better, it's the black teacup, which would have been my preferred one over the white one, so I got so lucky there. Oh, very exciting. Okay, so that's what I ended up getting from my trip today here in Epcot. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing that. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. We're in the process of packing, so I'm gonna be putting on my shoes while talking to you. So we have to leave in about 20 minutes to catch the bus to the airport. They're doing 4 hours leeway instead of 3, so I'm guessing they're just adding an extra hour just in case. So in these 20 minutes where we have to go, I'm just going to show you really quick around the property of the Pop Century Resort Hotel. And I don't know if I said earlier, but we were originally supposed to stay in the All-Star Movies Resort, but they didn't open up any of their All-Star movie, or they didn't open up any of their All-Star hotels. So anyone who was booking a All-Star hotel was moved either into Pop Century or Art of Animation, and we got put in Pop Century. So I'll show you guys what this one's like, because I've never stayed here before, and it is pretty interesting what they have. So we stayed in the 60s area, which is the closest to all the conveniences. So I'll show you around, and is that what you can see what the 60s part looks like. And they have a pool they call the Hippy Dippy pool that's centered around the 60s theme. So I'll show you that before we have to leave today. I'm gonna finish putting on my shoes and I'll bring you guys outside with me. Okay, so we're right outside of our hotel, so I'll show you kind of like the fun things that are like unique to this hotel, because there's actually kind of a lot. Each building has like its own toy theme on the stairway and stuff like that. So ours is the 60s, and so I guess in the 60s yo-yos are a really big thing. So ours actually has a giant yo-yo for the staircase, so I'll show you that. And there's lots of flowers and peace signs all around where like the stairwell is and stuff like that, so, or I guess the walkway, not stairwell, so I'll show you that. Here's what that looks like, the giant yo-yo, stairwell, and then our flowers and peace signs and stuff like that. And then over here is just like a little play area, a photo op area. Goofy on a surfboard. Here you can see like it says 60s phrases, like ours says out of sight. And I believe this is the 70s one. So it's more like groovy, has mood rings, dancing, platform shoes. There's stairwell has like a record album. We have our big wheels, a giant foosball table, it's actually pretty cool, and a giant Mickey telephone, didn't know that came out in the 70s. Here's the foosball table, pretty cool. Let's see, what's your handle? There's like a little twister board we could play with. Probably not right now. That's fun. So in front of the gift shop they have different numbers for obviously the different decades. So like the 90s, it's like steel, 80s, and 70s. We'll bring you down to the pool. We have more than one pool here. This is like the main pool close to the entrance where you go to the theme parks and stuff. It has like a bunch of flowers and stuff. I believe that it's shaped like a flower. There's a giant balloon over here.
Howdy doodly do.
Squirrel. Okay, so that's like a really mini tour of our area. Sorry I didn't have time to show you a little bit more, but I figured this kind of gives you an idea of what you should expect if you want to stay at Pop Century Resort. I saw that the 50s, the stairwell had bowling pins. Not quite sure what the 80s and 90s had, because I think those are the farthest away from the main hub area where you find transportation and dining and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and check out. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog of our week in Disney. Hope it was fun to see Halloween stuff, just everything in general, what's like now. I will talk to you guys later and hope you guys have a magical week. Bye!